I used to make the shade. I used to make the stage rock. Let me tell you, girl.
Oh, well, see.
And sometimes I would be reading, and by reading it still, I just brought them words to life. But anyway, let me
See, you gotta do that. You got, yeah.
I got to.
Because
Yes, and this
all
is
about
how we do
and all
it
that.
on the Donna Smith Show.
On the yeah.
On the Donna Smith Show.
Yeah.
Garrett, we've been missing you to help with the Donna Smith Show. Yes, welcome everyone. We are here on a Monday night with some grown folk table talk for you with your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith. And I welcome my panel. They are just so God, they just make this thing go. I really appreciate you guys. And anyone else who want to sometime chime in, Zoom Live, please join us. We welcome you. Get some few more women in here and some men. It's okay. I try not to discriminate, but you know. But Gareth and Cordell and John, I believe JJ's gonna be here tonight. He's a little behind. And Ben, I haven't seen him in a few weeks, but you know, people get caught up in life. So Ben, hey, if you're watching, what's up? What's up, everybody? But thank you for joining in. I just want to say, you guys, you are all appreciated. Thanks for taking your time. And also, usually we do this on a Sunday. Sometimes there are some little adjustments that I make according to my schedule and what I have going on. I have to maybe do the show on a Monday, sometime a Tuesday. I will give notice ahead of time as far as that. We should be okay for this Sunday coming. I do think that, I think at 12 o'clock, the Battle of the Bay. Isn't it a preseason with the Raiders and the 49ers this Sunday?
Yeah.
So that's going to be early in the day. So I'm definitely going to be watching that because I'm a Niners girl. I'm sorry, Faders. I'm not doing all that for the Faders. I'm a Niners girl. All right. Yeah. So I'll be watching that. But anyway, Sunday, I think I have an appointment in the afternoon, but we're going to be live on Sunday. That's how it's going to be. So anyway, thank you. And I do want to also say that some of our topics or discussions that we put out here is not meant to offend anyone. We talk randomly about all different things. And this is a grown folk table talk show. It's not scripted. It is off the head, us just engaging in some good dialogue back and forth. And please chat, say what's on your mind. Let us know what you're thinking. Give me your feedback. Like, share, subscribe. Also hit that bell. If you hit the bell, each time I do my shows, you will be notified, whether it's a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is, you will be notified, you guys. So chime on in. And what we do to get started is we usually have our little toast to the beginning of the show. And if you're at home, you're watching, whatever, pull out your glass, your water bottle, your Gatorade, your juice, whatever it is you got, and just let's toast it up, okay? Y'all ready?
I got mine. Just know it.
You know what, John?
Because I got this stuff.
That's
I'm
not what
not
we doing,
around.
John. I know, but that ain't what we do, John. You know that ain't what we do. Okay, y'all. Click, click, clank.
Click.
And I just want to tell you guys,
Refreshing.
I got this wine, Stella Rosa. Was that her name, Stella Rosa?
You got the bottle. We don't know what she drinking.
She downstairs. I put her in the refrigerator. Stella Rosa, I believe is her name, but it's one of the wines that's, what is it? Black cherry. It's a black cherry, Stella Rosa. I'm going to give a shout out. I'm really not a wine drinker unless it's smooth and usually something that's, with an exquisite taste, not dry, just smooth, maybe a little lightweight sweet. And that's when I'll do a little wine. But this wine, I must say, is really, really good. It's smooth. It makes you feel relaxed. It costs a little more than the average little couple of dollar bottle of wine, but it ain't real expensive either. And so,
What's the price point?
huh?
What's the price point?
It's under $20 a bottle. I think it was like 15 or something like that at Bevmo. You may catch it on sale somewhere, maybe even Safeway. I've seen some of her other flavors. I don't know how they are, but I know that the black cherry is really, really good. So that's what's up right now. So I want to welcome everyone. Thank you guys, whether you have your water, your juice, your bubbly boo, whatever it is, your coffee, whoever's drinking coffee this time of night, shame on you. I'm a coffee girl. Where your coffee at? Where your coffee at? Every day. Where my coffee at? Where my coffee at? I'm gonna give me some shirts, and I want y'all to support that too. Where my coffee at? That's it. We gonna get some made because a girl be, and I get fussed at work sometime about my coffee. And I don't really, let's just talk about this briefly. I don't really drink a full cup of coffee. I never do. But I'll sip on it. I'll have my little, I don't know, my little thermos, my little thing about this high. And I'll sip on it until it gets a little lukewarm, not too hot no more. And then I'll go pour a little some in a cup and put it in the microwave, and I'll sip on it some more. And I do that throughout the morning. And I never finish. I just never finish. But it's the soothing, I don't know, coffee just soothes me. I don't know what it does to everyone else, but I know with me, it soothes me. And sometimes it will give me that that you need, but the warmth of it and everything is really, really good. For those coffee drinkers out there, shots up to you. Now, don't be giving me no black coffee. I have to have some creamer and just a sprinkle of sugar. I don't need nothing black. Now, that's for the real coffee drinkers. Black coffee and Pete's coffee. Pete's coffee will put hair on your chest. For those that know what I'm talking about. Okay, Starbucks play with you. They put all the little sweeties and all this little stuff, but Pete's coffee be bringing it be bringing the heat. You know what I'm talking about, huh, Garrett? I know that's right. Okay, so we all here tonight. We've already did our gift of gab. So anybody got anything to share? How was your week? How was your day? What's been going on? Anything different, exciting? Anything that, just whatever's on your mind. You got anything on your mind tonight? Anybody? No? What? Well, I know when JJ get on here, he will. John, you ain't got nothing on your mind? Hello?
That'll stay on my mind.
You got anything on your mind?
Not right now. I mean, no, because we'll just be all into all kind of current events. I don't have nothing really on my mind.
Okay, get you. All right. Well, that's that's the current events is the different.
But money on my mind and my mind on my money.
You got your money on your mind and your mind on your money. I hear you. And my mind been on my money and money on my mind too. Especially coming back from vacation, you be like, you know what? Okay. Soon as I came back and checked the mailbox, I had like a stack of stuff that scared the shit out of me, right? And I'm like, reality. The mail don't stop, the bills don't stop. You come back from a good time, you got a pile of mess, right? And stuff that you forget about. The once a year things, right? The once a year stuff. Like my AAA road service. Once a year. Oh, it's due in August. And I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. You know, stuff like that. So, you know, but you just gotta thank God that you're able to do what you gotta do. But those bills, they don't stop. And I'm gonna tell y'all, them co-pays, I just want to say something. When you got a co-pay, I don't know what kind of insurance you have, but
Oh, here
you
we
got a
go.
co-pay when you go to the emergency or when you go see your doctor or whatever. You go to the emergency, usually your copay is a little higher. I know with my insurance, you go to the emergency, your copay is $50, okay? If they admit you, you don't pay a copay. It's waived. But if they send your butt home, you get the copay. Now, a lot of times you forget about it. If you don't pay it right then because you're sick, you don't feel good, you ain't got your card, you ain't got your stuff with you to pay for that, you know, you be like, oh, bill me. And you forget about it. Do you know they will send you to the
Yeah,
collection?
I'm listening.
They
Yeah,
give you a little time, but they gonna send you to collections for that $50. You know that?
uh,
So if y'all got a copay, now I didn't go to collections, but I had a copay back in January that this is what, July? I mean August. I just kind of forgot about it. I just really forgot about it. And then all of a sudden I get this notice. If you don't pay this in 30 days, you're going to be turned over to collections, $50. I said, what? First of all, I forgot about it. And then you going to turn me over to collections for $50? But I guess they will do it. They
you
will
can
do
do
it. So
that.
you guys don't forget to pay your co-pays. And don't forget that if they admit you, the co-pay is waived. Okay? Now, with current events, what's been happening out there? What's going on with Trump? Is it a dump? Is it a dump for Trump? I mean, he's arrested, right? He's in jail.
He ain't in jail.
What he doing?
He ain't doing no time.
So how did that happen?
Why you think he's arrested?
Huh?
Why do you think he's arrested?
No, I thought I saw a news brief that said that he had to turn himself in the other day and he had been, you know, these charges had been put against him and I thought he was, you know, I didn't.
Let me ask the panel a question.
Okay.
It's really a good question, though. Everybody that gets arrested takes a mugshot, right?
Right.
How come he never took a mugshot?
I mean, would they show us the mugshot?
They say he didn't have to take a mugshot. Didn't take one in New York, didn't take one in Miami, didn't have to take a mugshot.
So why is that?
I'm asking a question.
But that doesn't mean that he wasn't arrested because he didn't take a mugshot.
He got his fingerprints done, but no mugshot. Now we know what he looks like, but that ain't the point.
But
Nobody
it
is
looks like
above.
he had a mugshot. I mean,
Nobody is above the law. He hasn't taken a mugshot.
Well, Georgia is already said if they indict him, they plan to take a mug shot of him.
Okay, we're good.
Fulton County said he come there, they gonna take a mug shot. And the other day, the lady, she's talking about they ready to move forward now. The prosecutor in Fulton County, she said they ready to move forward. So he's facing a whole different thing over there. And they got like 70 witnesses. And they say the people, when you hear the witnesses, these are going to be names that you probably heard before.
mm-hmm.
People, because they got people who was, it's just saying, I don't know. But
So these are
under that,
names you're gonna
they
hear
say
before.
under that at the arraignment, he didn't have to have a mugshot
That
taken.
is very interesting. I don't see how, like Cordell said, anybody that we know of in the real world, you're arrested, You get a mug shot. It goes in your chart, side, front, back, however, all them different angles they take. And so why wouldn't he have to take one? That's real
Yeah, but you
interesting.
know what? You could be asking a question about a whole bunch of other people, not us, who probably haven't taken mug shots. You know, when we're talking about the justice system and we trying to look at why that person don't have to and why we do, that's them answers. They come one way. We know it's a systematic racist system, and we know we're aware of that. So whatever reason, even if it's one of the reasons was that you didn't have to be mugshot in that arraignment or whatever. But whatever it comes down to, I think it comes down to how these cases being handled. Hell, they ain't got to take his fingerprints. You ask me. I just want to know if you're gonna handle this case correctly without any biases and any, you know, leverage or, strip,
Well, see,
being
Right.
pressured,
that's kind of my point, though, John.
anything.
The biases start at the point where you first get arrested. Even though he's been ahead of a state like the United States, the highest one could hold office, but he still broke the law. No man is above the law, and everybody takes a mugshot regardless of their crime. If there's arrest and they're charged with a crime, there's a mugshot that is taken of you.
Absolutely.
Not the fingerprints. Everybody's fingerprinted, but mugshot is a necessary evil. That's part of the process. So if that's way for him, it's a way for him for a reason, but it shows bias. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong, just my opinion, but hey, that bias starts at that process. I don't care how famous you are. We've seen a lot of famous people get arrested, and they all take a mugshot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's true. But like I said, Georgia already said, the sheriff already said he won't get no special treatment. So,
Good.
we understand, but my thing is the prosecutors, I just want them to handle the case because anybody on his side is going to be a certain way. Well, he don't even have a lawyer. He can't even get lawyers. Shoot, he can't even get a lawyer. And the cold part is can't afford them, and another part is too much evidence. Nobody, you would think somebody would have came and jumped on that. Here it is, all this time, he still can't get a lawyer.
So he doesn't have any lawyer representation right now.
Nope.
Absolutely amazing.
He's, he, so, and like I say, the people in Georgia the other day, they said they're ready to move forward. She was waiting because they've been working on their investigation, she said, for over 2 years. And she
So
said,
will
we
that be
ready now.
happening? Will that be happening anytime now?
Well, I guess whenever whatever happened at his arraignment, but they just said they're about to indict him
Mm-hmm.
in Fulton County for election fraud. And they said they got 70 people. Man, they were talking about, didn't you hear about the other ones? They was talking about, the dude was talking about getting rid of the server.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about emptying the server, erasing the servers and everything. They got all that, but they got the servers and everything. They got everything. See, so how it all comes down to the results. We know, like Cordell was saying, we know this favoritism and special treatment and everything else is going to be present. It's going to be present, but it's
Yeah.
about those who are really serious handling it the best way. And then we just hope that we don't see no bull jive in the front of our face, because
Well,
that's the part.
I mean,
That,
any more than we already have seen.
well, you got to look. When you think globally, the United States look kind of punkish because they can't handle their leadership. They ain't got leadership in a way of saying no. Look, that's why everybody's stepping a certain way. You know, you just had warships over by Alaska, Russian and China warships.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so I mean, so people are like, please, they seem like, see, when your strength is collapsing, the let's say the area of your strength, and that's the government. When this issue is going on, folks ain't getting together. That's the time to come in. That's how come other countries end up, regimes and stuff end up getting taken over. They wait for when it start cracking, and then it's on. So now I ain't seeing folks coming trying to take over them, but the fact is, if we can hit them and hurt them, because they too busy, they got too much going on over in their country.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Shoot.
yes, they do.
A country that was leading, excuse me, but that was trying to lead other countries towards democracy and the Western belief, and they're saying, look how this has worked. We're being made a mockery.
Hmm. Absolutely. Well, Cordell is saying he's not in jail or going to jail.
I don't think so.
Do you
Even
guys really feel as though he's gonna get off? I mean, do you feel as though he's not going to do any time when
here's
this
the
is
thing.
all said and done?
Here's the thing that I believe. The one thing that's really big, they're going to delay it as long as they can delay the trial. As long as they put the trial out, they're going to push it out. Doesn't matter if it's in DC, in Georgia, in New York, wherever. They're going to push it out. The
Well,
biggest thing
Georgia is different than federal, because the state,
that state, yeah, I know.
yeah,
But
the way
I'm
they're
saying
handling it.
he got indictments all over the place now. He's been indicted all over the place. The Georgia one hasn't been official yet. But there's one in New York, that was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in DC recently. So we know that one in Georgia is coming.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing that I see is that you got half the country still backing this guy to what ends. We already heard on tape, hey, all I need is 11,000 some odd votes from you to find. I need to find just 11,000 votes. Come on. If that ain't guilt in itself to make say, hey, help me out here, boys. I just need these votes. Get them for me. Let's corrupt this thing.
I mean, you make a lot of sense. Hey, JJ.
Hello, y'all. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. I know you're trying to get in where you fit in. We was just sitting up, just kind of throwing some stuff on the table here regarding Trump. What I know. What do you think the outcome of all this is going to be? Cordell is like, he doesn't think it's going to happen. He thinks he's going to get off and.
Yeah, I think it's all smoke and mirrors. I think it's set up to satisfy the people who feel like there needs to be something done about, the insurrection that happened a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors.
You think so too?
Yeah. It's a distraction.
But then, John, we was just talking about Georgia. Georgia is getting ready to put it down. I mean, but that's the state. I mean, but what do you think about that?
I got to do more research on that in regards to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards to Trump specifically, I think that's a distraction, just like the aliens.
Now the aliens. We were talking about he hasn't had any mug shots. No mug shots.
Yeah,
What do you think is behind that?
I think that has to do with that he was a former president. So, they he's still under the presidential umbrella. So they kind of want to tread lightly on, he comes with privileges with that, so that's what I
That's
think
why
is
he
going on.
thinks he's not doing anything illegal. Everything he's done, he said, I get to impeach myself. I get pardon myself. If I'm president, I'll just pardon everything.
Right. Yeah, he still thinks he's the president, which is
Yeah.
I'm like, where you get that from?
Yeah, I think he does. He wants to be addressed. It was something about he got upset because the judge didn't address him by President Trump. He addressed him by Mr. Trump or something like that. I had read something like that. So
Yeah.
he wants to be addressed a certain way because he still feels as though he's in that, that respect realm, that he's still the one or going to be.
Well,
one.
like a certain demographic loves to say, I got news for you, pal.
I got news for you, pal.
I got news for you, pal.
Not on our watch, okay?
Not on our watch.
but he showed think there's some stuff going down. But I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that because that's a hot topic. And I had Cordell was saying he doesn't think he's getting arrested or is arrested. Now I thought he was actually in jail right now. Maybe I just got it all twisted. He's not in jail yet.
Yeah, I think what they're gonna do is tread lightly on this one. Even if he's supposed to be in jail,
they dragging their feet. They dragging their feet. They keep saying he's been, the charges. I mean, they make it seem as though the man is locked up somewhere. Where is he?
He's not locked up.
Where is he?
They haven't made it seem like he was locked up.
Where is he?
That. He been making his appearances, and also he's been still traveling. He made his arrangement appearances, but he's been losing money on the campaign. He can't even afford because the stuff has been going. But I understand. They gonna have certain things or whatever. People gonna treat them and act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just hoping that with this stuff in Georgia, because that's the heaviest one, and non-federal, that it really hits him good. Because with all these witnesses and the names of these witnesses, these is people who are about to throw him under the bus, because this is just messing with them. And so I'm dying to see, and they said you will know these people. And they already put up barricades and everything outside the place.
So that's about to happen. That's about to happen real soon.
Yep. In Atlanta, they said they're gonna announce it, but they already got barricades. They doing everything around there to get prepared. Because they say they already know how the crowd turned out, like in DC and New York and stuff, but they're already getting prepared because they said I'm just listening to them. They seem like they got some heavy hitters that's gonna be snitching. That's one thing about them folks. They don't mind snitching. That ain't whistleblowing. That ain't whistleblowing. Is calling before it even go down. Whistleblowing is
what
saying,
happened to the whistleblowers before it all went down?
They was getting money put in their pockets.
Oh yeah.
Or they was getting other favors or whatever. Those who could have blew
quiet.
Just like, you see, he just had all that hush money, and you see they just dismissed his thing. He was asking for something to be dismissed.
Oh yeah, the judge. Yeah, they dismissed it. I just
No, they
read.
didn't. No, they didn't dismiss his thing. He asked for one of the things to be dismissed. They said no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He asked for it before the judge, right? And the judge said
Yeah, but he didn't dismiss it.
the judge didn't dismiss it.
No,
He
no.
denied it.
Oh, Trump asked for it to be dismissed. And the
Yeah,
judge denied the dismissal.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here
and
we go.
his son is so crazy. He gonna mess around. Somebody gonna punch him square in his face. He gonna say, he said, it'll be the end. He said it'll be the end of civilization if his dad is indicted for
Are you
January
serious?
for his role in January 6th.
Wow.
He said the end of civilization.
So
That's
he's
how
saying that the
stupid they
world
are.
is gonna come.
But see, that's that. No, that's that. Listen with a third ear. Listen with a third ear. That's
I
the
only
same
have 2
thing
ears.
here. Now, yeah, and that's the problem. You gotta listen.
I only have 2.
That's the same thing that Daddy was doing. He was talking in such a way that riled up them folks, and that's what they're talking about indicting him on. So the son is doing the same thing.
You
It'll
know
be
what?
in a civilization. It's a
The biggest thing is that they're trying to say that all funders under the First Amendment of free speech.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's what they're trying to say.
That's what they trying to say, free
Tell you,
speech.
you gotta better pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah,
Got dog
we
people who are
I
trying
think
to
we had a
run this
discussion
country
about free speech.
and do away all this stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can somebody got a TV that's kind of loud. Which one of y'all?
Wasn't me.
Raise your hand if it was you. You're gonna get in trouble. Oh, now it went down. Who was watching a movie on the middle of the Table Talk Donna Smith show?
Donald Trump.
I mean, somebody was getting down with it. I'd like to know what you was watching so I could watch it when I get through. Because it must have been pretty good, but ain't nobody telling who it was. That's okay. That's okay. JJ, before we move on, I asked everybody if they have anything to share. Your week was good. You don't you good? You don't have nothing.
Yeah. I just find it interesting that, this weather is crazy out here. We're smack in the middle of this jet stream. Got Arizona with the consecutive 3-digit heat for weeks on end, but our weather is like smack in the middle of that. We've been getting hot weather and we've been getting cool weather. A tornado almost touched down out here, believe it or not. And this is one of the cities where I figured ain't no tornadoes like that. But
it's time for you to come back to Cali.
There's tornadoes in California. Don't get me started.
I ain't even had one hit my door yet, but I mean,
it can happen. It's possible.
I mean, it is possible. I just ain't had nothing twirling yet, but I mean, maybe you need to come on back home, my brother.
Nah, I just feel like I'm least likely to have all of my stuff all on the street. When everybody's stuff I feel sorry for when they stuff is all out on the street.
I mean, do you guys get tornado alerts or what? I mean,
yeah. Strangely enough, the tornado alert didn't come through my phone, but them Amber alerts and presidential alerts will come through just fine. But yeah, I didn't get a tornado alert or severe thunderstorm alert on only one of my devices, and it don't even have a SIM card in it. So,
oh Lord.
But other than that,
you didn't get that symbol in the corner of your TV.
You know what? I
They
got an
put that
Android.
symbol up there.
I got an Android TV. I didn't even get an alert on my TV. It even got my Android TV's updated and everything. So, but like everything made by man is subject to failure. So,
Yeah,
um, I'm-
absolutely.
so I'm glad that I'm out here, safe and it's intact. All my things are intact.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm my head is always on swivel out here.
You gotta be. I mean, anywhere,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be living anywhere and they talking about tornadoes and
Yeah.
triple digit weather, so many. I mean, we've been hot here. It was 104 here where I live
Oh wow.
Saturday. And today was in the 90s. I think Cordell say where he's at is almost 100. We have had a little lightweight heat wave.
Yeah.
And so when it gets hot, it's hot, and when you go to the Bay Area and it's hot, it's hot everywhere.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
It's roasting everywhere, right? And I when I go to the Bay, I'm trying to get relief.
Right.
Let me go that way and let me cool off, right? But it's still today, it was kind of,
I remember coming through Antioch and was like, oh, when I get through that tunnel, it'll be all right. It'll be nice and cool. I go through the tunnel and nothing changed. I was like, oh, it's bad.
No, yeah, it's real bad. Every now and then you go through the tunnel, you may get some little fog or something like that, but not right now.
Yeah.
We're having and school just started back. Some of the schools started back for the kids, so it's crazy. But anyway, I had heard that I had read something about in Vallejo that the police department is proposing to no longer respond to certain house alarm calls because of the shortage of staff.
That's all over the United States. But yeah,
That is
Vallejo,
interesting. I mean, they said
Yeah.
now they'll
Mhm.
respond to manually activated panic alarms and silent robbery alarms, along with video alarms that show that the crime is actually occurring real time. But just because your house alarm went off and that's kind of like, I was like, that's kind of scary because, I mean, it could be something really happening when your alarm go off. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be trying to do some things. So I don't know if that's going to increase crime, increase burglaries, or what have you.
Yeah, I follow KTVU and I'm looking at San Francisco and it's a hot mess. Burglaries are ramping up. Car theft is just going up.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of becoming lax on the rules.
Yes.
And just letting people go, like giving them a slap on the wrist and letting them go.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with it or they're not responding.
It's
what
crazy.
car stuff is they walking in just grabbing the rack and rolling the whole thing out the door, not even running. Coming in, it's going down. Today I'm seeing something in the city. I leave on lunchtime, you see them, somebody doing something. And they going in the cars with people standing right there at their car. They standing right at their car and they going into the car.
Now what they have the ability to do is use, if you have any Bluetooth device, they're tracking to see if you got anything Bluetooth in your car. So let's say you left your laptop or you just left a small phone in your car. They have a device that can track the range of the Bluetooth, and that's how they know what car to steal or what car to break into. So
wow.
That's the point.
They say they have this little thing that they can click your locks open in your trunk and all this. It's something they can just walk by your car, some kind of device.
Yeah, I mean,
let me tell y'all,
it's not all secure. Like that's all of this security is a facade. They put all this technology together to have us think that we have some sense of security, but everything's hackable. And they have groups of people doing this. It's not just one individual. It's large groups of people who are fully trained to put this stuff together. So, and on top of that, they're penalizing the people. Like if you retaliate, they're penalizing you for retaliating. So if you go on some vigilante stuff, which this happened to a San Francisco man, he got arrested for having a fake gun and pointing it at people to deter
Yeah,
them from
you
breaking
can't
into
do
cars.
that. You can't do that though. That's
So,
even if he would. That's you can't. That's like yelling fire in a crowded building and there's no fire.
Wait a minute. He was
You
pointing a
can't
he was
banish.
pointing
You
a fake
can't
gun.
banish
he was
any.
pointing a fake gun to deter people from breaking into a row of cars. And the
Yeah.
police got called on him. And he's in jail right now. But there, it was out of retaliation for what's not being done with these car thefts going on in the Bay Area. But it's not just happening in the Bay Area, it's happening in a lot of major cities. A lot of these young people that call themselves Kia boys, and
Well,
what
that's a
happens
different
in
group.
retail
Yeah.
stores, and they're all over the place. And so the law enforcement is overwhelmed with all of these calls of thefts, and that's what's happening. It's to the point where I'm just like, well, should I get a car? Maybe I should invest in a scooter, or maybe I should be investing in renting a scooter. So if they take the scooter, well, it's not mine. I ain't got nothing to worry
They have
about.
those scooters out there too in Colorado.
Yeah, they got them out here too. Sure
Yeah.
do.
Okay, I know they have
But
a
yeah,
lot
but
of
you
them
know, when it
out
comes to
here.
this stuff, let me tell you, the majority ain't using no technology. They ain't using nothing. They busting out. They hitting the whole blocks. The whole
Mhm.
block will be empty. I park in glass every day at work. I park in
Yeah,
glass.
I believe
I'm
it. I
telling you.
believe it.
And I go down and go get my lunch or take my walk or whatever, and it's just action. They doing it. You be walking and the car pull up and hit a car, but it's just action. A lot of them they just looking for bag. Anything that got a bag. That's why I tell women. I always tell them it don't make no sense to go to the store or wherever you're going, get out the car, go put
Mhm.
your purse in the trunk, and then walk in the place like you did something. All you did was just show everybody you stuck your purse in the trunk. That's all you did. You supposed to do that down the road somewhere. Put everything in the trunk, put everything away. Then you pull up. I was at Skate not too long ago, and the lady up there trying to call the police because the people that already climbed in the back of her car. They climbed in the back and they didn't. But
Yeah,
but what
it's
they
that
do,
bad.
they want
It's
to
that
open
bad.
it up and put it. No, it's worse than what you see. I'm telling you, when you walk, when you drive in or walk, and you see somebody with the whole clothes rack, and they pushing it down the street, the whole Gucci clothes rack.
Mm-hmm.
And Westfield's Mall is a deserted. It's deserted. Bree talking about tearing the sucker down because everything being so ripped in there. Not the Emporium. No, who gonna tear down the Emporium? Not the Emporium.
Yep.
So San Francisco Center's a deserted zone now?
Man, let me
Yeah.
tell you, it's deserted.
Yeah.
There's a few others that are deserted. And folks pulling out. There's some places that you wouldn't believe. I'm telling y'all, it's not the spot. Much as I love the city, it is not, and that's just because I just like the historical part of it based on my time of living
Mm-hmm.
it. But other than that, Westfield, they talking about tearing it down, Cordell. They
Wow.
talking about tearing it down. And
Wow.
then I forgot the other one. Another place. There's a few other places and companies that's getting up out of there. It's off, man.
Well, I
Man,
heard about the Nordstroms. So
man.
I
Look
heard
here,
about
they
that, but
they was up on
Groundfloor,
Pope.
they used to
JJ,
have,
give me some of that pizza.
they
They
used
was
to have, I think it was it a Calvin? No, it wasn't Calvin Klein. It was I can't remember that designer name. Right there by the door, it was a clothing store.
Oh yeah, the Louis Vuitton. I mean the man, they hit up all of them.
Neiman
Everything up there.
Marcus? No.
Let me tell you,
No,
everything up there in the Union Square on Post, everything up over there has been hit practically.
yeah, I
Back
seen some of
fifth,
those
everything.
snatch and grabs.
Some
Yeah,
of them ain't, and look, like I'm telling you, they got to
Wow.
where they stopped running. They're not even running no more.
they're just
They
walking out the
just
store. Huh?
they just grabbing coming in. Look, the dude came into Walgreens. These cats came into Walgreens, cuz came in and just started loading up like I'm just putting my stuff in a basket to take to the counter.
Oh,
Loaded up
Miss Donna,
and,
maybe I should come back out there.
and they
No, let me
walked
stop.
right on out with each other. They showed the
Open
one
up your own
was
business.
trying to pull on the rack. I think it was at the Gucci store, one of them. They trying to pull the rack back for the people, and the people pulling the rack out the door. They trying to pull the rack back in.
But tell me this, where is the police?
They not dealing with it. They like get somebody else to do it.
Well,
Well,
you
the
see,
thing,
it's the DA. The
it's the
DA in that
law.
city is not holding. What did he say?
No, well, what it is, they changed the theft limit rate,
Right.
and they raised that limit. So it's a you could be cited out right then and there. You won't, they don't have to bring you down. They can just write you a citation, send you on your way, and you go hit the next one.
So you walking down the street with a rack of Saks Fifth
Gucci.
Avenue clothes and you can get just a citation?
Gucci.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's getting to the it's getting to the point where insurance companies don't want to insure California, but several other states as well are enacting these laws where they don't want to hold people accountable, and this is what's going on. And there's people who are getting their cars broken into, for example, and the window costs more than what the car is worth. So you get your window broken and that totals out your vehicle, for example.
If
So,
that's the case, you better sell that. You better sell that.
I'm just saying, it's getting to that point where the window is way more expensive than the car. So it's
No.
like, what do you do with that? You're just trying to go to work every day. You're trying to make your living. People are barely able to make their rent, by the way. And that's all over the country. And so people are getting evicted left and right. People are fed up. People are desperate. It's getting up there. So I'm also not finding any of this stuff surprising.
No.
I'm watching. It's like watching a soap opera.
You know it's
Yeah.
coming. Huh?
I saw a lot
Yeah.
of this coming.
It's crazy. Do you see a lot of theft going on in your area, Gareth?
No.
No.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
Yeah, because they off the hook. This smash and grab has been really, I mean, just breaking out people's car windows and grabbing whatever. I've had my window broke out before.
I got this keyboard, and remember my raggedy ass Saturn I put this under the seat, and I had just replaced my corner window of the week before. Somebody broke my driver's side window. But how about the corner window was more expensive than the passenger side window they broke?
Hmm.
I only paid like $50 for the passenger side window. The corner window was like almost $300.
Oh, that's crazy. I guess that was a hot commodity. I don't know what to say with that, but that's
A smaller piece of glass. Huh?
Yeah.
folks is gonna really get themselves hurt. You walk out and catch somebody taking your Cadillac converter or your bust your window out and you catch them in the act. That's how people get hurt. You get
It's
real.
already
'cause that-
going down too. They already had these guys in the city. He well, one of the things on one of the people was their thing was the person was running away. You ain't supposed to shoot at nobody, right? And then the other one, he caught them so-called. He caught them right down there, right up under the car. And uh the dude got out and went to do something. He shot him, but he didn't kill him. But he shot his butt. And it
Wow.
uh,
Maybe you
things
need
have
to
been a
just
bit
shoot them in
haywire.
the leg or something. Just
they carjacking every neighborhood. It ain't you can I don't care if you in the Excelsior, I don't care if you out in the Sunset, if you in West Portal, I don't care where you at that you think you gonna be cool. You could be at Seacliff, you could be any of them areas.
Get
They
jacked,
Yeah.
huh?
is not caring. It is not going, and then these youngsters, seeing there's a lot of them youngsters too, you know,
yeah.
and they getting involved. But you got these people who buying this stuff because they putting it in their markets. They just bust a gang of, well, I ain't gonna say their
Affiliates.
ethnicity. Yeah, but you might figure it out. They was buying all kind of stolen stuff. And this goes back, I think I told you this before, Donna. We had some suspicious orders and
Hmm.
stuff that were coming in.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
and kind of find out that people were buying this stuff using a stolen credit card, buying all this stuff, and the people who was buying it was selling it in their stores, right?
Hmm.
Now this is how stupid they are. The items that they were buying have labels on them and painting on them that says for sale in Safeway only. If you see this in any other store, this merchandise, and they got the seals on them. So Safeway's own investigators and the police, they did like a whole little sting and caught all these just busting people all day long at their stores with Safeway products,
Mm.
you know, and stuff like and trying to crack them down. I mean, it's crazy.
But
You look
again,
at the vending in the city, street vending in the city is now they tell you, okay, you had to come get something. Everybody and their mama get them, but a lot of them ain't got them because there's so many. You by the time you check one, the other ones done packed up their stuff and gone.
yeah,
And don't go down there by 16th and Mission or be down there by Market 7th and Market, 8th and
yeah.
Market, and over there by 24th. It's off the. If you looking for in the cold part, don't walk down there and say, "Ooh, I need a car charger. My car charger got stolen." That might be your car charger you
Well,
buy.
I'm
You buying your
good.
car charger back.
I ain't even walking down there. I'm good.
I'll be selling. No, they got jeans, Levi. They got Levi's. They got shoes. One dude got so many shoes over there stretched out there on 24th and Mission. It's off the hook. And another
You
dude,
mean by the BART station?
yeah, man.
Wow.
In 16th
Or
over there
they'll
at
just catch the
16th.
BART over there and get off on
You know
24.
at the bar station at 16th where the Walgreens is?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I know where that's at.
Right,
Yep,
all
I used to get
stretched
off over there.
along that wall, all stretched along that Walgreens wall. They plant it right there. But the good sales is go down to 24th, go down to 8th and Market. They had I
Wow.
was a cat tried to sell me meat that he done sold out our stuff.
Like, dude,
And so
you
when I had my
stole that out of
badge,
the store
I
that
pulled
I
out
used
my
to.
badge and look, you see my corporate badge, and he was like, "What the?" Well, man, look at you. Still, man, you know. I'm like, you walking down the street. How long has that meat been up against your body heat?
Right.
For
Ugh,
shoot, and who was
botulism.
and
Uh,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
oh
Wow.
wow.
So do you know, John, what is the death limit in San Francisco?
somebody at one time it was per person. I thought it was 10,000. So the reason you go in groups is if you gonna if four people go in somewhere and we gonna take 40,000 worth, well, guess what? We all grabbing 10,000 and
Right.
we within our limits or whatever.
Wow.
You should, and I think it, and I don't. It was somewhere around. I can't remember. Safeway even had their own little limit. You come in if it's $15 and under, 14.99. Anything 14.99 and under, just let them walk out the store.
Yeah. Because anything over 10 used to be grand theft. So,
Anything
Yeah.
over a grand.
He said $10.
no, I
No. He
said,
says 10 grand.
I said 10 grand.
Oh, 10 grand.
Yeah, because they get you with grand theft for 5,000 or whatever. Anything
So
over
now
a
how
grand.
much is it?
So the limit, I think it was 10,000. I can't remember, but I remember it was crazy. So you won't be, and then some of the laws is certain laws, you won't be arrested. You'll just be cited out. But you go and slap somebody to the ground, they're going to put handcuffs on you.
So,
Yeah, like I said, they gonna penalize the person who's trying to protect their assets.
Well, not that, but I mean, even if you just had a disagreement with somebody and you slap them to the ground, they're not gonna cite you out and say, okay, no more fighting. Here's your citation, going about your way. They're gonna put you in cuffs and take you away.
Yeah, but what happened to what happened to citizens arrest and all of that? What happened to that?
You have to carry that out in the right way. I mean, stuff exists, but man, you gotta remember, right now on this West Coast, this Barbary Coast, this the Barbary Coast. Don't
Right.
forget about that. The police beat you up first, then ask you questions.
yeah,
Yeah.
This is the Barbary Coast. You got
yeah,
everything going down on the underground. Everything. San
yeah.
Francisco got them highlights, but you don't go up underneath them streets. Can't stop it. Shoot. Come on.
I'm
I,
good.
you heard what Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said. He said, "Now I'd have lived in the ghetto. I'd have been in the ghetto." He said, "But God dug it." He said, "There's one ghetto that can't be touched. That's that tenderloin." That
Yeah.
tenderloin.
Yep. No.
Yeah, he
Yep.
did say that.
Oh, my
That
boss
tenderloin.
had
Say
me.
that.
I had no choice but to walk through there, and I was to get to work. I worked at one store was on one side, and I had to walk right through the Tenderloin. And I was like, man,
It's
people
this
holding
brother
down
who
the
film
sidewalk
every
constantly.
day. He
Tenderloin,
films
I'm
every day
good.
of
I'm
the stuff
good.
that goes on in the Tenderloin. He
Mhm.
films every day. He's on TikTok. Think he's the Bay Man or something. And it's a couple of them. And it's sad, some of the stuff. But man, I tell you, if you got somebody you trying to get rid of, take them to the Tenderloin. Leave them down there without no ID. Give them about $20. Do it in fives. Give them 4 5s, and make sure they drunk and everything, and the people gonna take care of them. Oh, come on, man, give me the $5. Come on, man. And then once they have him turned out, see, you ain't gotta. You want to fly? You ever watch that show Under the Radar? How to disappear and all that. Throw your ID in the garbage and go to the Tenderloin. You will be under the radar's radar. They will not find you in the Tenderloin.
They will not find you no more.
Not in the Tenderloin. If you don't want to be found, go to the Tenderloin.
You know, the city ain't the city no more. It really isn't. So I got to go back in a couple of weeks, and I know for sure. I already know what I'm up against because I know the city.
I had to work out there, and I was homeless at the same time, and I was worried. I had my partner in the car waiting for me, and my main worry is somebody gonna break into the car while they're in there? That was always while I'm at work. That was in the back of my mind while I'm doing customer service. That's one of the things that was in the back of my head. And so to see where it's come to now, Man.
Every day, all day, somebody is sleeping in somebody's car. Somebody wake up, go to their car, and they like, "What the you doing in my car?" Every
Mhm.
day. I got that next
Mhm.
door for over there, so I can kind of keep an eye out
Yep.
in the area for where my mom at. And
Yep.
cats is sitting up there. They got their film going. They putting their videos. It's really bad, y'all. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Well, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Mm.
I'm just go to I'll just go passing through, but I'm not going to the Tenderloin. You can forget
Well,
that.
well,
Mhm. Well, they got some
there's
good
this.
chicken wings down there and
That's
some
all
good
right.
curry.
I can go somewhere else and get some wings.
They got the Tenderloin got some of the best restaurants in the city now.
Oh, I'm good.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm good.
Big,
Inquiring
biggest
minds
burrito
want to
outside
know.
Mission District, huh?
Moving right along. I ain't got time to be messing with y'all. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody going to no Tenderloin.
well, the Earth is ghetto, and I'm sure if aliens do pass by here, they lock their doors. So,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
they
them
be
cats
coming
would be
through.
rolling. They'll be rolling in it.
They be coming through. Just take them to some of the spots.
And like you was talking about them Kia boys and stuff, them boys, all they do is go and steal them cars. They just steal Kias and they just go around hitting them Kias and there's another one they hitting.
and they stealing them with a USB drive, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
they've been
I
doing
The
think
that
Hyundai
Honda's
for,
too.
Civics.
for a couple of years
Yep,
now.
the Hyundai
It
Civics.
started out of Chicago and been on the internet and on
Yeah, the
um,
tickety talk.
TikTok, yeah, but
TikTok, TikTok,
That's
tick.
why it's called insurance.
YouTube is where it really kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. So it got to
Oh,
the point where some of the Kia's manufacturers are trying to find a way to kind of get
well, they've been
around.
doing a recall. I know somebody
Yeah,
got one, and they've been doing the security recall and making it to where it wouldn't do it. So
Well, making it so that you can't steal it.
yeah,
yeah,
well,
what it was.
not by that way, rather.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they did
Yeah.
I think it was a computer upgrade or something, and
yeah.
and so they do it. It's like a recall for it.
That's crazy. Well, moving right along
Yeah.
before we get too late, y'all. It's 9 o'clock almost. We are almost at the end of our show in about another 15 minutes. But I'd like to go there with an inquiring minds want to know. Y'all ready?
Oh yeah, I got my notepad right here, and I got the notes from last week.
Oh, yeah. From last week's question,
Yeah.
what you want to talk about that too?
Oh no, I just have it here in case you accidentally.
Oh, do it again. Are you trying to be
Yeah.
funny? Are you trying to be funny? You know what? You trying to be funny. I know you trying to be funny. I'm a ha 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 ha. Cause I accidentally, yeah, you just hold on to those. Cause John wasn't here, but we talked about one we had already talked about. You know, John would have blew us out. You already did that one.
But not in that voice.
But we wanted to do it again. JJ and I and Cordell rocked it. Okay.
I
And
had to teach
we
you, Miss Donna.
rocked it differently with a whole nother motion to the ocean. All right, but here we go, y'all. Okay, listen up. I am in a stressful situation. My partner needs me. They are in a bad way health-wise and can no longer fulfill my physical needs. When we got together, they were fine. And then they went downhill. They let themselves go. Of course, some things they couldn't help, such as health issues. They smoke, drink, do a line or two, and wonder why they are having dysfunctional issues. I do not want to leave them, in this pitiful state? Should I give them an ultimatum to fix some things in a matter of time? I have other options. However, I love them and I am loyal. I would rather leave once they are fixed. For some reason, I feel as though I am cheating myself of my life. We have been together 4 years. 2 of them, they have went downhill. I stayed with them due to feeling sorry and out of love. Now what? Wow.
Ooh, my hand hurts from writing all of that.
My
Ain't
mind
that
hurt
much.
from saying
It
all
ain't
that.
that much to write to say.
No,
It's
it was
one
the
one word.
Yeah. Oh, well, dang.
Well,
One
dang,
word.
John, it's more than one word now.
One word. And it covers everything. Cordell probably know the word, and Garrett.
What, go?
Huh?
What's the word, go?
Well, you used the 2-letter word. I was gonna use the New York crossword word.
What's that?
Leave.
Yeah.
Leave.
Leave. Because really, you're not. You're not even
John,
saying
you
to
missed
that
some
person.
very key points.
No, I didn't.
They are loyal. They are in love.
Who's loyal? Who's loyal?
Really, there's two things that really come out with that statement you just read.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is they smoke, they drink, and they really don't care about me.
And they do a line or two here and there.
Yeah, so they got their own demons they're trying to find out what to do with.
Mm-mm.
So no matter what that other person says to them, they're going to always go back to those demons. So I can understand being loyal, but it's nothing you can do with those demons. If they're not strong enough to overcome them, just got to cut bait and just go ahead and do your own thing. That person's not going to change.
But they're in a pitiful state. Garrett, you had something to say too.
Your mic is muted, Gareth.
Unmute your mic.
I'm like Tina Turner. No minute.
Say it again.
What love got to do with it? Like Tina Turner.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
love got to do with it?
What love got to do with it?
Right.
Yeah, but you gotta but let's be careful about the demon part, because she mentioned some other things. You know, she mentioned about medical stuff, and she said how she kind of used some kind, because she said, well, they got this going on, this going on. Well, some things they can't help. The medical things, they can't help that. She said that. Now, and then when she mentioned about the usage, now that right there, I wouldn't even hit on, because if you dealing with somebody and their usage or whatever, you knew about the usage or whatever, to make the usage an excuse. Now, if it's becoming a problem towards like he's abusive or because he's only hard, but now if it's a medical thing as well, because we don't know what the medical issue is, that could be the majority. How do you give a person a ultimatum if something is medically related? Because she said, well, let's be clear, he do have medical issues that he did have no control of. So, but my thing is this: you've been together for 4 years. You said you already had options and all this stuff. I don't know who loyal, but you got options. And uh and you're thinking about, contemplating of leaving or whatever. My thing is this: like, well, Gary said, what love got to do with it? But see, but love doesn't uh It doesn't walk away from a person or in a situation. And we had even discussions, if we just talking about usage, we had discussions where, or whatever it was, where you and that person should probably see help together or whatever. If that's the case, we're
Mhm.
talking about overall, whatever, you talking about bailing probably. I love them, but I'm thinking about, well, what kind of love do you got? And where's your relationship
Well, they
at?
say they stayed due to feeling sorry for them and love.
Okay, wait. See, I'm either gonna feel I'm either listen, I'm either gonna stay with my wife because I love her, or it ain't no and, or I'm just staying with her because I'm concerned about them and I don't want something to happen. Because when you love someone, all that falls underneath that umbrella anyway. Me caring about the person, don't want the person or whatever. It ain't no, oh, I love and care about you, or and I love and I like and I love and I do that. No, it's love is what do these things. So if it's not about that, if she feel like, well, I don't know, I feel I need to be this, she feel her life is being deprived, then she just need to go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then she just need to leave. And because and she need to have that conversation and say that because how is this other person thinking? Is he thinking, oh, I'm glad that she's here with me through this thick and thin or whatever. But the fact is she know the person was using. It wasn't like he started using yesterday and it was new. It probably was going on from the beginning of the relationship, you know, and shoot, and then we don't know what level of engagement that she had with it.
I was just about to say that. Like, are you participating in the powder too?
You may not be much, you how a person they only smoke once every 2 months, and that's only when they go to the bar. They have a cigarette because when they drink, they have a cigarette. So but what I'm saying is you're aware of all that. But when you want to talk about being with say love, you can't use love and bail, love and options, love and they don't go together. That's like
Well, they
electric.
making it seem as though I don't know when they started the smoking and drinking and doing a line, but they making it seem as though this is something that just started happening.
Yeah,
How do
like
it
all
sound?
of a sudden.
It didn't sound like it just like it was a time thing. It just sounded like on top of the situation that they got going on, they like to smoke. They just said they like to do this is what they like to do. But
They say, I wonder if them doing these things is what's causing them to have dysfunctional issues.
That could be part of it.
and that could be an addition, but they mentioned medical too. So this is why you got to either sort out. You got to first know what are you willing to invest. Are you willing to invest to say, I'm gonna be with this person? If they're gonna do something, help them, support them, rather through them quitting the usage and through whatever treatment they have to go through medically. Or do I feel like I need to go and I need to live my life now? I feel like I'm this person and I'm not signing up for this. They may not be cut from that type of cloth. And then they need to go. But it don't need to be extended out no further than what it's already been.
Well, they're saying out of the 4 years, 2 of the 4 years they have went downhill. So apparently these things started happening the last 2 years they've been together.
Cordell, 2 years.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like to
Come
me?
on.
This is what it sounds like to me. The person who's sent this letter, they want out, but they don't know how to say I'm leaving.
I,
They really want to. They really
You think they tired and they want to be done with
Yeah,
it?
they do
Yeah.
it now.
I
They
kind
want.
of agree with Cordell. I think when I heard the other option, See, now I was more or less looking for a way out. Not
Yeah.
just, but looking for a way out, or something to justify their reason for leaving. Because they
That's
mentioned about their option, something about
yeah.
their life. It started coming about what they wanted to do. You know,
Yeah,
so
they're not in love. They threw that in. Because if
yeah.
you're really in love with somebody, you're gonna be around till the
Mhm.
end. So
Thank you.
that's just like saying, hey, I met you, we've been together 4 years, and now all of a sudden I notice you got
But no. Let me interrupt you. Okay, so I just had a thought. So people get married and they love the person they marry, right?
Well,
You love
assuming,
them,
assuming,
but the marriage ends. So does that mean they were never in love?
wait a
I'm
minute,
not
that's not
saying
you
that, but
using you
No, I'm
using
just
the
asking.
different.
I'm asking a
no,
question.
Yeah,
I'm,
no,
I'm
no.
I was trying
You
to
got to look at
clarify
what he's
something
saying.
else. Based on what that letter says, is based on what I was gonna say. 2 years they're in bliss, right? They're happy, go lucky, whatever. The next 2 years, there's a medical condition involved. That person wants out. They can't
Yeah.
handle. They can't handle it. It could be cancer. It could be a medical condition. Maybe he or she is in a wheelchair. They don't move well. They don't talk well. Whatever. But now the person says, "I can't handle this. I want to leave." Instead of saying, "Hey, I want to," they're trying to justify all this other stuff, but they really wasn't really in love with the person because things gonna happen.
You saying they wasn't in love because they want to leave?
I'm saying they wasn't in love to begin with. Because if you really do love somebody, doesn't matter when they're going through chemo or whatever it is they're going through, you're gonna be there if you love them. Now,
Yeah.
if you don't love them, you're gonna say, "Hey, I can't handle it. I can't deal it. I'm out. I'm gone. I'll see you later." So
She, she, she sounds like she has a sexual.
yeah,
Uh,
it's all
her,
about that
her,
person. The person's got to have it their way. They got to be, their needs need to be met,
mhm,
and his or her
mhm.
other needs. Hey, you're changed. 2 years, I can't do it no more. I can't go on. I can't go. Even though we've been together now 4 years, these last 2 years, I can't do it.
I
I got
think from what I'm getting, I think if it was just the health issues, but when this other stuff has been thrown on top of it, the drinking, the line, all this stuff they're doing to add on to these issues of their health, this is where this person is getting discouraged because they said, should I give them an ultimatum to fix some things in a matter of a certain time frame? So these are the things they feel that they can fix: the drinking, the getting high,
I
that
would
kind of
say
stuff.
the person's probably self-medicating, but if they're not self-medicating, how bad is it? Is it really bad, or is it just now and then?
Mhm.
Yeah,
If
because
it's
I thought they
really
said they
bad,
do a line or two. How
yeah,
did
Yeah,
she?
they smoke, drink, and do a line or two every now and then.
Okay, yeah, okay. See, that's not a regular thing. The drug thing, we gotta be careful. Don't be blind because certain things like that stick out more than anything else. My
Yeah.
whole thing is just the ease of being ready to go. I
yeah,
think the
it's trying to be
person
justified.
is, it could be either like they either have already see their options because they've said options. And I mean, well, you got to think about it. When someone say that, they don't just say that. I don't say, "Oh, well, I'm thinking about leaving her, because this and this, and I'm just gonna have to live by myself for a little while, or whatever, whatever." But I got other options. That's like, I got a fallback. I got a fallback, and and I wonder if any of that is kind of um adding or to the even the letter, of saying, you know what, let me send this, is that option, not saying that the person is trying persuading them, but just the point of the option, seems persuasive to where I'm like, oh well shoot, you know what? Let me go and take care of this. And then I'm gonna go over here. Cause I'll tell y'all a little story.
Mm.
It's I justified for breaking up with one girl so I can be with this other girl when I was in high school. And I justified it so it wouldn't seem bad that all we had was puppy love. That's how I justified it.
Mm.
But see, I had to come up with a reason to leave because I couldn't look bad like I chased this other girl. I couldn't look, and I had to make it seem like it wasn't you and it wasn't me. It was this puppy love. We had puppy. We thought we was in love and this and this. And now I can move to the other one. Okay, but I'm not saying, but so when she mentioned that option, that really, and I have options, that right there kind of just grabbed me, because usually you hear, when people talk about they're fed up, they're tired, you know, I don't want, I may have to find my own place. I may do this, but when you say, well, this is going on, and I don't know if I'll leave, but I got options. I mean, like, ooh,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, I
like,
think I still think that it's an issue with the smoking, the drinking, and the lines. I think that's where they're getting more frustrated than the health.
but it's not.
I really think that's a big issue.
Well, she needs to
Yeah,
be clear about that because for them to
I was
say
just about
it's
to
not
say.
all the time, they do a bump every once in a while. That's not, I don't see that as being, that's just like someone having a drink. Now if you
Yeah.
have someone who's drinking all day, every day, now you're looking at something different. If that person was snorting all day, a lot of people, fortunately, it is a lot of people who do bumps. Like some people smoke weed. It's recreational for them. They do a couple bumps and they may not do it for a while until the next go round. But for putting out them other little things that they were saying but then try to mix it in. But I do love them. But then she mentioned about even living her life and all this, and it was around because the
Yeah.
bedroom,
Well,
Yeah.
she didn't say
and that's
that.
what she read from the
Read it
beginning.
again. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
yeah. She
She
mentioned.
did.
She said we
I
used
wrote
to get
down.
down. We used
I,
to do this,
yeah, I
Yeah.
wrote
and
down.
and
Since
now
since the
and
It
last two
says
years,
and that's when she said
partner.
she knows
changed.
some of it is medical and this and that, and she mentioned her
She's
option.
having dysfunctional issues. She said it could be due to the smoking, drinking, and lines.
I wrote down
And
partner can
what
no
do the
longer
do
satisfy physical needs.
Right,
exactly?
right. She
Okay,
said
That's what I
that.
wrote down.
that's the main subject of the body of the letter.
It's always the case.
That's the main thing of the letter. Because read where read above, she mentioned the options. And I was like, wow, okay. You gonna say all that
She
in one breath?
said, she said, I do not want to leave them in this pitiful state. Should I give them an ultimatum to fix some of the things in a matter of time? I do have other options. However, I love them and I am loyal.
Okay. With your options, see, check this out. Loyalty, let's just think about a gambler. A gambler with integrity is not gonna have an ace up his sleeve. Okay? You sound like you got an ace up your sleeve. But you talking loyalty. Loyalty and the ace up your sleeve do not go together.
They're saying that they're loyal and they
They,
love them.
and they got options. I
But
don't get them what they
They
Yeah,
have
said.
other options, but they're also saying they don't want to act on those options
But
because they're
how
loyal and
but
they love them.
it's like saying, you know what? I got a plan B and I'm gonna go work on plan B.
Chris Brown got a song called "These Hoes Ain't
these
Loyal."
are
I know that
You know
exactly.
song.
what?
Okay.
That's
These
I know
hoes
that
bacon.
ain't
song.
loyal.
That's
He
a good
sure
song.
do. He sure do.
That
But
song
see,
ain't
my
got
Song
thing
nothing to
is
goes,
do
this:
with this.
if I'm focused on the person I'm with, why should I even have an option? Why should that even came into a play? It shouldn't
right.
even be sitting on my shelf. That should not even be sitting on my shelf.
Because her mate is in a pitiful state, she figures,
Because see now,
She's
adding
looking for a
more
way out.
pitifulness to it by
She's,
drinking, smoking, and
oh
doing
she's
wait a
looking for a
minute,
cocaine.
way out.
stop.
She's
See,
looking for a way out.
she already said it's not all the time. She didn't say she all this stuff. She just said it could be added to the dysfunction. She know that the medical part is not their fault because of the medical part.
Right.
It's dealing with the sex. It's not dealing with like, oh, we're fussing and fighting and stuff all the time. She's not saying that. She started
She's
out
not being
talking about the
satisfied.
bedroom.
Yeah.
That's what she was talking about. Okay, so
No,
in
she didn't start off talking about the
what
bed.
is she talking about, Donna? What's she talking about, Garrett? What's she
I
talking
don't
about,
know.
JJ?
I don't know. I'm to be honest with you, I'm confused. I feel like this whole question is all over the place. I feel like she don't know what she want. I think she's looking to us to give her a whole bunch of answers that she don't even know if she want to even listen to what we have to say because she's all
How
over
y'all
the
know
map.
she don't want to listen? She came
She,
to us to want to listen
yeah,
He
to
said he
hear.
don't
yeah,
know
but
if she wants to.
yeah, we've had people come to us, but they didn't even ask a full question. I feel like this ain't even a full question. She didn't even come with an either or.
She
I'm
said,
gonna do
now
this and I'm
what?
gonna
Her last question was, now what? What do I do?
And I
yeah,
said
that's not even the okay. If he don't, where's the stipulations? Like, well, if he don't do this, I'm gonna do this. Like, we don't have an either or type of thing. We don't know what she wants to do. We're just giving our opinions on what the
She said
situation
she's
is.
torn. One part of her is in a mess. She kind of want to
what
go,
kind
but
of
then
mess?
she's loyal because he's drinking, drugging, and smoking.
No, it's the sex. Stop
And
saying
he
it
has
what it,
medical
what it
issues and he's
is.
It's
going
that clap
down.
It's
clap.
the sex. It's the sex. She
The sex
I
said.
may
bet you.
have something to
She
do with it. The
no.
sex
Listen
is a
I
what
big
she
bet you.
part
said.
of it.
Listen
I
what
bet
she
you when he do
said.
that
It's
little line.
because of his dysfunction.
I
And you're
bet.
right, JJ. She
I bet.
probably liked the line on the
Yeah.
tip of it too. Stop
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years. I mean, say for instance, if he ain't been able to sex her in 2 years.
But we don't know it ain't. It's been 2 years since
He
they
said
ain't
it's
been.
been 2 years
That
going
has been
downhill.
going down, but that
That
don't
don't.
mean
Yeah. That
it's
means it's
been
not at all.
zero. That don't mean it
But
was
y'all
zero,
making it
Donna.
sound like it's about the sex.
But that's what she said.
Donna,
Read the letter.
Donna,
Read the letter.
there's really three things that break up
I'm
relationships.
gonna step away for a minute, y'all.
Okay.
Three
Sex,
things.
money, and what?
Yeah,
Communication.
And
communication.
drugs.
Yeah, and if it's anything else is the way you raise your kids. So, but usually it's one of those three things. So there ain't no kids involved. There's no money
Thank,
involved.
thank goodness there's no kids involved.
Yeah, there's no money involved. So the stability to have sex
But
with
what's
love
she?
that she
Well,
wants.
she's thinking that these things that he's doing, that he's putting on top of what he's already dealing with, which is his health, is really bringing the weights down even more. This is what I get out of it.
She can hire a caregiver for him or some kind of if he has the ability to get some kind of care outside of the home, that's an option for him because there's only so much that she can do. If she feels like he's dealing with addiction issues, that needs to be addressed separately. You know, the sexual issues, you know, that's something that she's having to deal with at her own volition. You know, if she's saying she got other options, go utilize those other options. But in the meantime, you still care about this person. Make sure that you give them the help they need if you genuinely care about them, and do the best that you can in that department and move on with your life. But, you know, stop wasting your own time and stop wasting his time, you know, putting up this facade like you're talking about loyalty. You know, just take it for what it is, man. You did the best you could with what you had. You're not satisfied, you know, go ahead and wash your hands of the situation. But, you know, for your
I
own
think
guilty
she's
conscience,
being torn. She's
for
dealing
your
with
own
guilt.
so for your own
Dealing
guilty
with guilt.
conscience, for your own guilty conscience behind the situation and not wanting to make him feel abandoned, make sure he has the care he needs in the meantime, the best that you can. If there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do. At least you tried.
That man probably got some little bit of diabetes too. Having some little erectile issues from his metformin. Take a bump every once in a while. They probably have a drink together. Let's stop. You know, I ain't even gonna say it. And he ain't bumping every night. She said the dysfunctional reason, all these other things to add on. You know, shoot, she should have added on. And then he's that guy dog. Oh, he's in this pitiful state, and she feeling guilty in this guilt. You know, when you in love with somebody, there's no guilt. So if you don't love him like that or whatever, then
No,
you should
the thing,
leave.
yeah, the funniest thing to me about this statement is that even though you read it, Donna, we as men, we could even pick up on it that it's coming from a woman's standpoint, because the things that are being said
Mm-hmm.
and the reactions of what this person wants to do, they're really not loyal. They got a plan B. They just look for a way out.
Y'all saying she not loyal for real?
Nah.
How can you be
So that was
loyal
the
with a spare? How can you be loyal? Okay, Garrett, if your wife had a plan B, an option on the side, but she ain't got it, but she got that option, is that okay to have an option?
No.
And we heard that from the man in the relationship.
He heard that loud and clear.
He made sure she heard it.
She can't have no options.
Ain't no
No.
option. How you have options? Okay, I'm so in love with you. Oh, I love you. And then all of a sudden we having a discussion. Well, you know, I don't know. I got my option over here, you know, but I'm in
Hold up. Okay, you get me up. You know, you come out. Oh, man, then you me. Come on, man.
yeah, that's right. You're right. You gonna marry me and got
I
another
heard that
cat.
part. Come
Marry
on, man.
me.
Hey,
And you tell some other. It don't. I mean, when you're with someone,
just because you
your
have options don't mean you doing nothing with the option.
no, that means your mind is going somewhere else,
Donna,
and your
yeah,
heart is going
you already
somewhere else.
think about
So
it.
Donna, we now let's be honest. Here you go. Since you want to claim you're the only woman, and so I guess would it be correct to say that if you're with a guy, it's okay that he has his options.
No, not if we're together.
No, wait, hold on. They together though,
Before
Donna.
we become exclusive, he's
Wait,
gonna
but
have
these two
options.
people.
I understand
Oh
that.
no. We talking about two people who together, not before they come together. Stop playing on words. We talking about people
I
who
say
are
before we come
together.
together, baby, I know you have
See,
options. You
here
were
we
saying you was
go.
dating other women when you was dating me, but
Cordell,
I'm the one now. So
Cordell,
if I'm the one now, then
Hey,
I'm the
John,
option.
Cordell.
John, I'll
That's
just
I'm
say
why
the
this.
queen. She the
I'll just say
child.
this. It's like anything you want to discuss, the goalpost is always getting moved.
you no, Cordell. It's like what she said. She won't get a mugshot or haircut.
You know what? I ain't gonna even laugh at that. That was not funny.
You
But
can't move the goalpost, Donna.
you
There's one thing
guys, why you guys not helping this lady?
You
I'm
did help her.
we did help her. She
But you know
wants to
what?
no,
leave.
you guys said these
Oh,
hoes
she
ain't
wants to
loyal.
leave.
Y'all
She
gonna
needs
She
she
wants
needs to
to
help.
leave. Donna, she wants to leave. Period. She wants to go. The best thing, like Jay just said, help him out, do what you can.
do you
You
guys
go there,
really
go
think
back.
I can't say
She wants
that
to leave.
100% she won't
Donna,
go.
why would
She
you feel
wants to leave.
guilty? Why would you feel guilty? The guilt comes behind something you're
She didn't
going to
say she
do.
felt
Or
guilty.
yes, you didn't say she felt guilt, girl.
She
The
didn't
guilt.
say that.
Oh,
Did anybody hear in this conversation about her feeling guilty? Because I might need a drink
You
if
do need a
if I'm
drink.
the only one who heard that.
Matter of
When
fact,
No, I
she
know
didn't say that. We
she
might have
didn't
said
say
that.
that, but she did say she feels sorry for him, and I feel like,
She
you
didn't
know,
say
I
guilty.
came to the
oh,
I'm the one that
okay,
mentioned guilt. I'm the one that
feel
mentioned guilt
sorry.
because
Okay, but I
yeah,
feel sorry.
I,
But read your thing. She mentions something about feeling some kind of way if she lead him in his pity state or whatever. But anyway, the thing is, even if you feel in some kind of way about leaving him in this pity state, you only gonna feel that way because it's a thought of either doing or something that you've done. You don't feel sorry for nothing that you ain't got. Why should I feel sorry for me slapping Trump if I'm
It's a
not even gonna
conscious
slap
thing. It's just like somebody who wants to
your?
break up.
But why do your?
Have you ever been with
You said the
somebody?
key. You said the key word. Want to,
Have you
like
ever
Cordell
been with
already said.
somebody, John,
She
and you
want
want to
to.
break up? You're gonna feel, and you know that this is a good person, but for some reason you guys
No,
just don't click. You're gonna feel some kind of way
no.
about breaking up
I'm
with
not
them.
gonna feel guilty if it's the right thing to do, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, check out." And I'm quick to say, sometimes two people don't ain't meant to be together. That's why I don't believe in that. Oh, because I done seen a lot of relationships where two friends, they both happen to date the other same guy, and the guy got with the other one, and they family, they doing good. Just because, but two people don't, if they ain't meant to be together, they ain't meant to be together. But you shouldn't feel guilty if I feel like, oh yeah, you're really a good person, but things ain't working with us. Why should I feel guilty? I should feel
I think
guilty
that's a
if
difference of
if I'm about to, if I just because we breaking up and we know the relationship ain't right, and I'm feeling guilty for breaking up a
one
relationship.
person
Right?
feels is not right.
Wait a
That
minute,
other
you
person,
asked me.
that other person wants to hang on. So you're
You
gonna feel some kind of way having to leave that.
I'm not gonna feel guilty. I might feel, hey, I can't tell you apologies for the way you feel because this is real. That's you who feel like that. So you feel like, but I don't want like that and this and this and this and that. Okay, I'm not feeling guilty behind that because I'm feeling like this. Look, this is what we need. This is what needs to take place. I'm gonna feel, I'm gonna feel guilty. Probably if I stayed, I'm gonna feel guilty because I stayed here not wanting to be here, and I'm not gonna give that person what they deserve. Now I probably feel guilty because I'm
mhm.
shortening them. But me getting up out of there or they getting up out of there, they should not feel guilty. If another person feels sorry,
But you stay with them, and then all of a sudden you don't want to be with them no more. You gonna
you
feel
can't.
some kind of way
No,
leaving
I'm
them.
not. See, you asked me.
Okay,
No, I'm
okay.
not.
Well, that's your opinion. That's
No,
your opinion.
no, but that's my reality to it. Because in relationships where it's been, well, can't we do this or do this? And it ain't right. I go. They cry, beg, fuss, spit on you, and everything else. But the whole thing is, what I need to feel guilty behind you, and the reason, okay, if I'm leaving or we breaking up, then evidently something ain't right. So or something, or it just ain't working. It don't have to be not right. It could
It's
just be
not
not. It's just
necessarily
not
some ain't
working.
right. They could
That's
be
what I
very
said. I
good,
said it
loving
could be that it's
person.
something. That's what I said. It could be just that it's something ain't working. But it shouldn't be no guilt because you walk. So that means if your job is treating you bad and you want to leave your job, should you feel guilty because you leaving
No,
your
I'm talking about a
workspace?
relationship where you've
The
hung on,
relationship, it ain't
you
working.
dealt with this person, and all of a
And
sudden you realize that, okay, I didn't put all this and they didn't put all that. They love me, but I ain't feeling this. I got to go.
then you gotta leave. And if you say you gotta go, and you say they love you and you don't love them, and you say you gotta go, you're actually carrying out the bigger deed because you don't have this person loving on someone who don't love them. You don't have them engaged in dealing with someone who does not deal and engage with them the same way. So you what you're doing is actually you should be recommended for that.
I think you should have
You
been left way before it got to
Okay, so
the
now let's
point
go
of them
back
having.
to the 2 years of drinking and the toot every once in a while.
Yeah.
Then so should this person have been made their decision and left?
Well, after the 2 year mark, the first 2 years that was good, and then all of a sudden they started going down. And this is not for you. Maybe they're not into wanting him to smoke and his health is bad and drinking and tooting. That should have been a decision that that person should have personally made at that point.
When the clock started for the countdown of when stuff started going bad,
Right.
that's when things should have been addressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
no
but
two
she
years.
yeah,
That's
she's on her
why I say
Donnell
I
Jones.
wonder where her status is. You know, because you was in here for 2 years. 2 years, and you
First
say
two
this is the
years was
main.
good.
We talking about the second 2 years. Talking about the first 2 years.
Yeah, because they've been together for 4.
Okay, we talking about the second 2 years. Stayed for them. You stayed. Matter of fact, let's not even say two. You stayed after that first year.
But you know what? She's on her Donnell Jones. She want to figure out where she want to be. You know, the lyrics go, when you love someone, you don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so
Uh-huh.
sad now that I want to leave. He's crying his heart to me. How could you let this be? But I just need time to see where I want to be. That's what she's going through
Exactly.
right now.
Well,
She
she,
needs time to see what she want to be.
She needs
I
time to
think,
see
I
where she
think
want
she
to
know
be.
where she want to be. She got the option. She know
And
where
then
she
she's
want to
also
be.
on her Latoya Luckett. She's torn in between the two because she really want to
She,
be with him,
she
but something
already.
keeps telling her that she should leave him alone.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Her guilt. Cause see, you only feel guilty when you do something that ain't right, or you plan to do something that's not right.
She might have
That's when
already
you
done it.
feel guilty. Huh?
She's also
She
she's
might
also on
have
her
already
Brian
done it.
McKnight. She's
Oh,
also
oh,
on her
oh,
Brian McKnight. Stay or let it go. She
oh,
don't know what
oh,
to do.
oh, oh,
I
oh,
got a
Might
song
have
for
done it
everything. I got
already.
3 of
oh,
them tonight.
oh,
Well, she's saying that she's staying with him. She
oh.
stayed with him because she feels sorry
She feels
and
sorry. Don't
she
feel
loves
sorry for
him.
me.
So
No, that is the worst thing. A
I
charity
don't want to tell a
relationship.
person to leave if you love them, but
But that's a
and you're
charity.
loyal.
Should
She's
it be a charity
loyal.
relationship? I don't want to leave him because I feel sorry for him. Who wants a charity relationship?
Yeah.
It's gonna get messy.
Uh-huh.
It's
And
gonna get
then
messy.
And then when that time comes, it's gonna be worse than what it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna be all y'all both gonna be all kind of B's and H's and
So
MF
y'all saying
and
that what,
everything.
now she should just pack her bags and leave?
She needs to have a conversation and say, "Hey,
But
this
I
is where I'm
like what
at."
JJ said. JJ said if you gotta leave, make sure he's hooked up with somebody that can care for him and make sure he's straight, a caregiver or whatever. Is that her? Is that what her
Yeah,
obligation?
But
that's
if
what.
he,
Yeah, that's
but we don't know
that's
if
my
he's that
suggestion.
far off. If he's that far off, we don't know if he's like and he needs caring for because she didn't say all that. Like I say, when I hear the dysfunctional sexual,
It's
I'm
sexual.
thinking penile dysfunction, and of course, and she said, and on top of that, where she
We
take his
said
ass,
dysfunctional. We didn't say PP.
I said penile. I didn't
I
say
know what you
PP.
said, but we
I
didn't say.
didn't say PP.
Hey,
I said penile.
I know
You know,
hey, it's not
it
giving this
was
Glade container.
dysfunction.
Then something ain't right.
You know what, JJ?
Yeah.
You need to stop.
Hey, but like they say, when you when you can't hit from the hip,
You hit from the lip, and you better make sure you got
no, I
on
would. That's not what I
Carmex.
was gonna say.
You said if you can't hit from the hip, you hit from
That's
the
all I
lip.
was gonna. All I was gonna say in this situation, if you can't hit from the hip, you know she on some other trip.
Oh well, you somewhere else because I said you better be able to use your lip.
See,
That's
you
what
the
I
win
said.
somewhere. See
I
how we
didn't kept
know.
it 100 plus
How
100
we know?
plus
How we
100
know?
plus.
How we know? That's probably what kept her for the last 2 years.
Yeah, the lip might have been an asset.
He probably shot her from the.
You gotta be able to look where you're weak, we can be strong. Okay, over in the look, you balance it out. If the hip
Then
got a
that should
dip,
be.
the
Then that
lip
should be
got
your
a whip.
suggestion. That should
Hey,
be
if
your
the hip
suggestion to
got a
her.
dip, the lip got a whip. If
And
the
let me,
hip
and
got
this
a
another
dip,
thing
the lip got a whip.
is
No.
we need people need to stop being ashamed of how sexually satisfied they are. If it turns you on, it just turns you on, and that's just what it is. You know, so that's where I'm coming from with it. If she's worried about what she can say to her friends when she out and about and what he does for her and all of that, what's between y'all is between y'all, and how y'all satisfy each other is how y'all satisfy each other. And you know, let that be what it is. Stop trying to chase some kind of status symbol or something like that in the bedroom. That's not it, because that's not gonna work. That's all I'm saying with it. You
It's
know,
none
That's
of their
right.
business. It's
right.
none of their
Hey,
business.
hey,
So
that's what's up.
if
But
you
what
satisfied with how you getting pleasure, more power to you. Go ahead and do it. Keep it going.
well, what who said she when did
Hey,
she be who
I mean, she
satisfied?
might not. She might feel some type of way about how she's getting pleasure or something. Maybe she won't. Maybe she want to try something different. We don't know. I'm just addressing all the factors that may be in the situation.
I'd like to hear more from this couple moving forward, or from her, because I don't know if he even knows she's.
Oh, it would be interesting to hear from his side of the story. That would be really interesting.
Well, maybe perhaps she can share with him that she shared this, and maybe ask him what his insight is if he don't, catch a case behind her doing this. But she didn't mention his name. They didn't mention their name, so we could be talked about anybody, right?
Right.
Right. So we just have to see what it do. Okay, y'all, I got one more question for us about a loving a married man or a woman.
Uh-oh.
You guys think that's a waste of time? Or do you think it'll work? If you are loving a married man or a married woman,
What?
you the outside, you the outside person. But you didn't fell in love with a
I'm
married
not gonna be
man
the other
or
man.
a married woman. Do you think that can work?
I'll be the
See,
only man.
you
I'll be
you
the
losing the
other
game. You
man.
falling in love. It's supposed to just be the best way to deal with a married situation, it's supposed to just be a fling.
A fling?
It's
Did
supposed to
you
just be a
just
fling.
say-
Go home to your spouse. I
Wait,
don't stay over here cuddling with me. Go to your main one so I can go. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I ain't trying to have all of this, all in my business. You just
so you
over
gonna
here
mess
for a fling.
around.
But I've heard of a situation. It's not a personal situation of mine. It's a friend of mine. They had a side for a long while, but the side person got jealous and told the main spouse everything, and because they got
Usually how it
they
works
got
out.
left.
That's
Yeah,
usually how it works out.
so
But
you
see,
run the risk. That's for both parties. You run the risk of things getting exposed, and
the risk of somebody getting killed.
that
I
too.
do. I just watched a real good movie
Hey,
on.
you run the risk of getting on cheaters. Cheaters is still on the air.
And cheated.
Oh yeah, I watched some cheaters yesterday. That's a
I
hot
rather
mess.
I
Still
rather
on
be
the air.
hey Garrett, I'd rather be on cheaters than be on a gurney in the back of somebody's hospital. Ambulance.
So
Or
it's
being
better.
a
It's
slab
better just
somewhere
to.
in the morgue.
I mean, but you hear about it all the time. Some people they start off with a fling mentality,
Mm-mm.
and then they end up falling hard.
There is nothing good in being in a relationship with someone's married. To me, that is straight taboo. That's why people are under the grave telling the story to the other people under the grave telling their
Now
story.
this story is very personal to me. Somebody moved their boyfriend into the house and furniture, and they kept getting a promise that they was gonna leave their wife. Even had the nerve to bring the kids over to visit.
See,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
it
not
just
cool, man.
and
You don't
so
deal with marriage.
but they had the nerve, you know, when before they got their divorce, their husband cheated on them or whatever, and they confronted the other woman and was like, "How could you do this?" and all of that. But now on the flip side, you the side piece, and you letting the husband come over and put their furniture and clothes in, and had the whole fish tank in the house and a water bed in the bedroom, and y'all living it like y'all married now, but no, you the side piece.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Then,
happened? What happened with that? What was the results of all that?
oh, they ended up having to leave. The biggest mistake was bringing the kids over. So the wife didn't know that the kids were coming over to the side piece house. So the kids went back and told the mom. The mom cussing the husband out and threatening
Wow.
it was like, if you do that again, I'm gonna make sure you don't able to see your kids. So they ended up having to move out into their own apartment so they could see their kids.
Now let's go back to that word loyal. But this person has an option. They have another option. So when the first option is at work or whatever, I go deal with option B. I even take kids over the option B. That's all that. That's no loyalty. That's no commitment. That's garbage. And people say, when you're not married and stuff and like that, I mean, it should be a point where you should be exercising some type of commitment and loyalty. But when it comes to marriage, folks, if somebody was messing with somebody married and something, they got their butt whooped. I don't look here. I ain't even got a box of tissue for you because you had no business even dealing with that. Like that one lady I told you at the Moscone Center trying to get a wristband for the liquor. And I seen her digging through her purse, and I just went up to her and I said, "What's up, baby?" I pulled my ID out because I knew what it was about. And I said, "What, you can't find your ID?" And I said, "This is my wife, right?" Blah, blah, blah. So me and her, we laughed. She got her wristband and we went about her business. Then she came. I seen her later. We started talking and dancing. We started talking. We started dating. In my head, right?
Right.
I called her house one day. She lived down in Redwood City. I called her house, and who answered the phone?
Man.
Her husband.
Uh-oh.
And so when her husband answered, I didn't be like, wait, hold on. I didn't do all that. Because how can you be on the outside trying to demand some type of, and that would kills me too. Well, nigga, who is you? Who is you? You know, that don't
People
make
do that. People do that.
all I did was
Yeah, I
said,
think it's a
what's
bad
up, B?
deal.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
D? He was like, hello, who you calling for? I said, girl, what girl? He said, oh man, you got the wrong number. I said, oh, I'm sorry. Just so I can get off the phone.
Yep.
But see,
And you
you
made
don't do
you
people
didn't
like that.
you did the situation right too, because you didn't make it awkward or nothing. You just
Because guess what? What if I would have said something crazy and he would have hung up the phone with me and killed her?
yeah.
And then, even though I ain't did nothing, but I mean, it's just too many things that branch off that kind of stuff. God honors marriage. If you're the one in the marriage or you're outside the marriage, anytime you disrespect the marriage, you best believe there's going to be some backlash that is going to come on your tail in such a way you don't mess with marriages. I don't care.
But what if you don't know that the person was married? They
But
misled you.
that's like I said, I didn't know she was married. But when I become knowledgeable, it's just like a kid. Once a kid knows from right and from wrong, then Mr. Leather can give them a visit when they want to keep on doing what they know they ain't got no business doing.
Mr. Leather.
Yeah, Mr. Leather.
Yeah, my grandpa used to call him Mr. Leather. That's why I'm laughing.
Shoot.
My grandfather used to call it cowhide.
And you know,
my grandpa did that too. Cowhide or Mr. Leather.
that's married people, no.
But yeah, I get you. If you don't know, and then once you do know,
Yeah.
you need to fall back, because some people can mislead you. Like John said, you find out after the fact. And so if you keep on with it and you fall in love, because it takes a minute to fall in love. You don't fall in love at first blink.
Some people do, Donna.
Who fell in love at first blink?
JJ, remember we had that conversation. It was somebody, they said they met, and when they met, they fell in love, and they still married. They've been married
That was
for 50
lust.
something. They've been married for 50
That
something.
may have developed into love. You cannot fall in
God.
love with one first blink, John. Come on.
Who told you that somebody don't fall in love on first sight?
No.
Who told you?
I don't believe it. Nobody had to tell me nothing.
Then
That's
what
my
you say.
opinion.
Don't
you
say
can't
you
fall
can't.
in love
Wait,
on one blink.
Hold on. No, your opinion is you believe that people can't. You can't say that people don't.
People can't. It's my opinion.
Leave it at that.
I'm saying from my opinion.
It's a physical attraction because you don't even know the
It's a
person.
lustful thing in the beginning.
It's
not a love.
You see some.
Do you know some people met and have not even seen each other? Do you know some people have met and
I understand. And you can become emotionally attached to somebody before you actually meet them. I do get that. I'm not talking against that. But as far as falling in love with somebody, that takes other avenues. You can't just lay eyes on somebody in the grocery store and you in love.
Well, you know when they mean first sight, they mean first encounter. Okay, so people who have met and came into their first encounter actually enjoyed, and the person they met fell in however it went, and they had a couple who told this story. They've been married for 50-some years old. 50-some years.
You can't get married. I'm saying you don't fall in love just with the first encounter. That's all I'm saying. It takes time to build that.
So what would you say to them? They said when we first met, we got to talking and everything, and we fell in love with each other. Then we've been married.
Fell in love.
We fell. Okay, see. Okay, move
That's
on.
what you did. You look good to me. I look good to you. I like your conversation.
Wait, hold on. I thought we said
let's see where it goes.
I thought we said that's your opinion. So if these people
fell in lust.
Oh, she can have her opinion, but her opinion dictates to everybody else.
Everybody fall in
Is
love
that what
after the
that
first
is?
goddamn
Because I'm
encounter.
confused.
What the heck
Yeah.
is going
But
on?
but I can say this. If they claim that they fell in love when they first met and they've been together for 50 something years, but you got folks who didn't figure it out for 2 or 3 years, got married and couldn't stay together after the marriage for 3 weeks. Hello, somebody. I'm gonna go with them who fell in love when they first met and they done been together for 50 something years. Hello.
That's okay. They fell in lust that led to love.
Oh Lord.
It's all right
But
with me.
but they say that's not the case. They said that's not the case.
We ain't
So
asked
what you
them.
gonna
You
say to
ain't
them?
asked them that. You didn't ask.
Yes, I did talk to the people. They
Somebody
had
ain't
these
been.
people.
Somebody
They
ain't
were
being true.
celebrating. They were celebrating these people. It's a couple that work together,
Somebody
and
ain't
they
being.
were. Oh, see, Lord, move on.
All right, moving on. Thank you
Move
guys.
on.
We've had a wonderful night, but
Move on.
it's Monday. I'm
For
tired.
somebody say something and get it
I
started
ain't
up
got
in
time to be
here.
going back and forth with John Timothy, ma'am.
Ooh-wee.
He ain't about
So,
to. He ain't about to ruffle.
no,
I had.
I
I
just
had
know next time somebody asks me my opinion, I'm gonna say, wait a minute, I gotta call Donna so I can get
opinion.
it.
No, everybody's entitled to one. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I
Well,
ain't.
you throw a mad shade, Minister John.
Ain't that, I ain't tripping
Well,
on
because
John.
I just want to know. She said her opinion,
Everybody's
and then these
opinion
people say this is
matter.
how they feel, but she said no, they can't feel like that.
I didn't say they can't feel like that. I just
Yes,
say
you did.
I said based on my
Oh
opinion,
my
you
God.
don't fall in love after the first encounter. You fall in lust.
Based on their opinion, this is what they done.
Based on
And
their
guess what?
opinion.
Hey,
Okay.
so far their results seem to be a lot better than some of
No,
these
they
other
just got
results.
lucky. They got lucky.
I think I got lucky. I think I got lucky.
Yeah.
They should. I hope they got a Powerball ticket. If
I
they
hope
so
so
damn
too.
lucky.
8, 9, 13, 20, 24, 42. Okay. And if they win,
Y'all make sure y'all
oh,
play them numbers.
I
Cause
was
then
just thinking that I
we
might play
all
them
go.
numbers,
That
just
means we
messing around.
gonna be
pay
split
them
that
numbers,
five
because if
ways.
any of y'all win, you better remember where
We
they
gonna be.
made
I'm gonna
from.
tell you. Look here. I'm gonna repeat them same numbers except for the last one. I'm
I
gonna
got a
change it by
headache.
one.
Oh, geez.
Lord have
All right, grown
mercy.
folks, we want to thank you for being with us tonight. This is what we do. We have grown
Yeah.
folks talk. Sometimes they gotta, ruffle my feathers. I didn't got all hot and
What?
stuff.
What?
Yeah, I need to turn on my air conditioner too.
Yeah, they ruffle my feathers. I can't take it no more. But
Yeah,
I
let me
love
turn on
y'all.
this air conditioner.
We gonna see y'all next Sunday. If anything
Oh
changes,
Lord.
please hit the bell, share,
Oh,
like,
Lord.
subscribe. And John, stop it.
Lord.
That's all I gotta say. Stop it.
Love, peace, and soul.
This ain't no Soul Train. Ain't no Don Cornelius
Soul
up in
train.
here.
He said Donna Cornelius.
How you know I went on some?
Ain't no Don Cornelius. This is
How
Don
you know I went
Smith
on
show.
some Frankie Beverly trip or something?
You trying to
Joe,
do too much. You know what? You're trying to take Ben's place. That's what you're doing.
oh
Just
my
like Ben.
God! Did
Oh.
I just get late? Did I just wait? Hold on.
You acted just like Benjamin Smith. We're calling you out.
How did I?
Some
Wow!
of you has rubbed on to dude.
Can you end the show,
Wow!
man?
Huh?
Wow!
Could you end the show
Oh,
before we
yeah.
start
Thank
talking?
you. Cordell said we got to end the show, y'all. We got to go. We're going to see y'all next Sunday, 7:30, Table Talk Grown Folks. We love you. This is what we do
Thank
every
you,
week.
Cordell.
Sorry we stay longer than we supposed to, but we just have so much fun doing so. Y'all next week.